Hello, my name is Tony Woney, and this is my oral presentation for Right to Repair. Now let's start with an anecdote. So, well, 10 years ago, you can imagine the older laptops style. They're a lot more clunky, and you can do so much things. You can take out the battery, you can take out the hard drive. Let me have an example here. Yeah. This is a Toshiba, I don't know, it's an old Toshiba, but it's really easy to take out the battery, get into a hard drive, install, increase, and upgrade RAM. So this is what the designs were like back then. A lot more clunky, yeah. You even got a DVD drive too. And this, I was using this for years, and I still do it. Now back in 2000, in year 10, I was using this in high school, so that was not that long ago. So I had this reputation in school, like I'm pretty nerdy, I know how to fix a computer. So I had this friend ask me like, can you have a look at my computer? I'm like, sure. I did it for them. And I was shocked how difficult it was to actually do anything on the computer. Like there's so many screws. No, what's that? It was so difficult to access into his to his battery, hard drive, etc., etc. And then just reading on it, it's like I fixed it. I have this similar issue on this Toshiba, and all laptops are the same. But to my surprise, I found out it's really different. Like I read up to the manual, like say like I need the whole new logic board replaced, and I was shocked because the whole logic board is basically the whole brand new computer, and they already spent like $200 into it, and they still didn't get a working computer from the thing. Turns out we have like a little piece like thing. I don't know how to do board repairs because that's not my field, but it's gonna cost at least $800. And I'd say to that point, like it's much more effective if you just buy a new laptop. Um, I wasn't happy to say that because I did design the thing, but it's such a waste. Like this machine is actually significantly more expensive than this. It's like 20 times more this by now. And yeah, it doesn't last as long as the old hardware. And you probably all know it's designed that way. And yes, you're right. It's called planned obsolescence. Planned obsolescence designed to, you know, after 2 years roughly, after who's that Morse's law, computers double their what's it shrink twice the transistor. In return, we get twice the power in RAM and all computer specs. So this is a pretty good marketing I don't know, exploit or trick to sell you another machine. And a lot of companies do this, not just I think that case was a Dell, but Apple, Tesla, Johnny Deere, Lockheed Martin. Um, they were guilty to this. And what did it mean? Well, right now, like if you get like the newer iPhones, like the iPhone 12, I believe, and you go try to let's say you do repair, you'll find it's actually incredibly difficult, even if you do get like genuine OEM parts from the manufacturer. Like you got two phones, they're both identical. One's broken, like a organ phone, parts phone, and you start putting those parts into the ones they repair, you'll find out like the phone detects that and start complaining and limit its function. Effectively, what's it? I guess like stunting the independent repair groups. Like it's like the people at the shopping center. Anyway, they figure out how to get around it, but it shows that Apple actually is putting effort to to shut down these businesses because they claim is that it's not authorized. Um, that it's not authorized for you to do it. For external third party to repair your phone, and like this is like a breach in like consumer right. Like you bought the thing, and they claim it's an unauthorized person when it's just like a dumb like phone, like a personal phone. And if you do go to them the Apple, you'll find like it's unrepairable. They will suggest you to look to buy a new one. Just like what my friend discovered when I said like, I'm sorry, I really can't. I tried. Even though it's like perfectly pretty good, they just need one part replaced. But no, they offer you like this is like the equivalent. Like all you need is like a little screw. Like let's say your car door's broken, you just need the hinge, and you just want like to buy the hinge, but instead they just get you a whole new door. Like that sounds great, but remember it's significantly more expensive, and sometimes can cost more than what the vehicle actually worth. So this become a problem like everyone's buying stuff and the throwing away stuff, which is you know feeling this idea of a throwaway society. And you're right. If you go look at the landfill, like you see a lot of e-waste, and we're actually going through a silicon crisis. I wonder why. Everyone's getting new iPhones. Everyone's unsustainably buying and throwing away, and right now, there's actually a real problem with getting GPUs, and car manufacturers actually struggling to get like silicon what's it, silicon chips. So the whole supply chain it cannot support this extreme consumerism, and it's been what's it encouraged by these what's it by manufacturers. So yeah, Tony, that sounds terrible. And what's it called? Pardon me. That sounds terrible with that's happening in consumers. It's not just only limited to consumers. It's also affecting commercial users like farmers. Like farmers find themselves like really difficult for themselves to repair their own tractors, as you guessed it, the software limits their use, which is pretty useless. Like you bought a tractor, these tractors are expensive farming equipment. You expect to pay like I don't know, $1 million brand new, and then it breaks on you and you can't even fix it, and you have to bring it back to the dealership, which these machines are like I don't know, 32 tons. Now you have to like worry about logistics. I'm sure there'll be like plenty of this kind of stuff in the commercial sector, and it also affecting the military sector. Like the military is a huge organization. They try to kill people. All right, that's what effective they are. So they get a lot of people not just to the killing, but also maintaining the equipment. So like technicians, well, what technicians find doing is like I don't know, it's middlemen. Instead of repairing like what they expected, they get a product, call up the manufacturers, and send it off. Which sending something off can like take months. So you basically have like what's it, equipment not use, or you have to get like third party contractors to come in and repair it, which is unnecessary. Like why do we need civilians in the war zone to repair something that the soldiers or the technicians can easily do, but when they can't because they're not authorized, and yet the military fully owns it, but they still not authorized. This is stupid. Like we should really condemn this behavior. Like I was just reading earlier, like the Taliban. When the Americans said like we smash all the helicopters to a state of irreparable, yeah, irreparable to what's it to them, because first they need to get all this contract and etc etc. Well, the Taliban doesn't care. They can just fix it themselves, and the Taliban is actually fixing these helicopters, and there's actually footage of them actually flying around. The Taliban is already ahead. Like America is right to repair a thing. Like there's all this bureaucracy and like this what's it, and all this politics have actually stumbled America themselves in the right repair. Like, oh, this is a bit embarrassing. I lost my train of thought. Pardon me. I try to remember as my representation. I try to remember again. Oh no, I'm assuming like this will really upset a lot of patriotic Americans who knows they can repair the equipment, And yeah, they probably warn someone, and then and then we listen to the warning, and exactly happen. It can be extremely I cannot imagine how frustrating it is. Anyway, I'm not qualified to talk about the Afghanistan situation. So in conclusion, I would like to talk about why route repair is very important. It allows users, the end user like you, yes, own your things, and if you do decide to take it apart, you should be encouraged to take it apart, repair it yourself, not encouraged to go buy a new one, because at our current consumerism is not sustainable, as it hurts the environment, it hurts end users, and it hurts competition. Thank you for listening, and take care, everyone.